Tesla is pulling back, SpaceX is stepping away, and Elon Musk just crossed a line no one expected. He threatened to cancel every single US government contract, then quietly signed a secret deal with BRICS. As Washington sinks deeper into tariff fights, subpoenas, and political turmoil, Musk is handing over Starlink to India, linking Tesla's AI directly into China's state energy grid, and shifting billions in infrastructure beyond the reach of US regulators. The Pentagon has already labeled him a national security threat. The Treasury Department has launched a full investigation. Trump himself called Musk crazy. But what if this isn't rebellion? What if it's something far bigger, closer to succession? And here's the question no one's asking. If Musk no longer answers to Washington, then who does he answer to? Because the world's richest man just walked away from the negotiating table and took the future of multiple industries with him. On June 5, 2025, Musk went public. He blasted President Trump as ungrateful and directly threatened to end all federal partnerships. Just 72 hours after Tesla's market value dropped by 14.3%, wiping out $150 billion, according to Bloomberg. But this wasn't a tantrum. It was the final step in a carefully planned withdrawal months in the making. Tesla had already pulled out of multiple federal EV programs. SpaceX had stopped working with the Pentagon. And Starlink had quietly stepped back from US military satellite reviews. No press tours, no big headlines, just silent, calculated retreats, one after the other. In a May 14th congressional testimony, Musk said it plainly, "If innovation is punished in the US, I'll take it to countries that still believe in it." And that's exactly what he's done. Since that statement, Tesla and SpaceX have moved key operations into regions where Washington has no control. The Wall Street Journal reported that federal officials were stunned at how fast Musk pulled out. One Defense Department insider even said, "We didn't lose Elon, we priced him out." So if this isn't just protest, what exactly is Musk building and why? After the Pentagon's request for override access to Starlink was denied in the first quarter of 2025, Washington hit back, hard. SpaceX was removed from 3 satellite procurement lists, worth over $4 billion. Lockheed and Raytheon took the contracts. Boeing grabbed control of a classified Pacific surveillance relay. But while defense giants filled the gap at home, Musk expanded abroad. South Africa, Brazil, India, all BRICS members, all fast-tracked Starlink into their national infrastructure. India pushed back against Washington during March talks, declaring Starlink's domestic rollout an internal matter. By June, pilot service was active in 5 Indian states with full coverage coming in the 4th quarter, according to Reuters. Meanwhile, in Russia, leaked procurement documents requested private low-Earth satellite systems with military-grade capabilities. Many analysts saw it as an open door for Musk. As one RAND Corporation expert told Bloomberg, Starlink isn't leaving defense. It's just flying under a different flag. But with the Pentagon no longer in control, a new problem arises. Who decides where these satellites go next? After the US expanded EV tariffs in March 2025, Tesla struck back. The company pulled out of all federally funded EV corridors and grants. Instead, it signed a $2.3 billion deal with Brazil to build a national charging network and R&D centers, fully outside US jurisdiction. Simultaneously, Tesla rerouted key supply chains through South African and Malaysian ports, bypassing US compliance rules that had slowed operations. According to Bloomberg Intelligence, this pivot slashed Tesla's US market exposure by 38% in just one quarter. This isn't simple retaliation, it's an engineered strategy. One senior Tesla exec told the Financial Times off record, "It's a firewall against policy whiplash." But maybe, the most shocking shift is what's quietly happening inside China's energy grid. In May 2025, regulators in Guangdong approved Tesla's AutoBidder AI for municipal energy balancing. That marks the first time a US-made algorithm has been embedded in China's state-run infrastructure. Originally built to manage Tesla fleets, AutoBidder is now handling automated power distribution in China's industrial zones. No Tesla branding, no media blitz, just silent back-end integration. While companies like Nvidia and Google were blocked by 2024 export rules, Tesla got around them by registering AutoBidder as non-vehicle energy software. Treasury officials have since opened an investigation, but Musk insists it's not covered by export controls. Still, not everyone agrees. One analyst from the Center for Strategic and International Studies told Reuters, "This isn't just licensing, it's sovereignty. Musk just planted US code inside Beijing's grid, and the grid may be just the beginning." Back in 2020, SpaceX was a Pentagon favorite, central to US defense modernization, but by mid-2025, that alliance had, well, pretty much evaporated. SpaceX was shut out of defense projects, while BRICS countries welcomed Starlink into their national systems without any approval from Washington. In May, Brazil formally requested a Starlink expansion across its territory as part of a $1.1 billion national education broadband plan. In April, South Africa's parliament identified Starlink as a leading option for emergency communications. And India has been working closely with Brazil to develop joint satellite standards, with Starlink explicitly named as a core integrator. All these deals moved forward with zero US oversight, despite the billions America once invested in Musk's companies. These aren't just regular business deals. We're talking about full-scale national infrastructure agreements signed at the government level with long-term strategic consequences. And that leads us to the central question no one seems able to answer. If Elon Musk is no longer answering to Washington, and if he isn't clearly siding with any other government, then who, if anyone, actually controls the most powerful civilian tech network on Earth? Things got even more complicated on May 29, 2025, when the US Treasury Department quietly launched a formal review. They're now looking into whether Tesla's AI-powered energy platforms, already sold to countries like China, Brazil, and South Africa, should be classified as dual-use tech under the newly updated 2025 export control rules. According to Bloomberg, the review is focusing on Tesla's Autobidder and its grid balancing systems, both of which are already running inside foreign state-linked utility networks. The main concern? Whether these platforms let countries bypass strict AI trade restrictions expanded under the revised 2023 CHIPS Act. Musk's legal team insists the software is commercially non-sensitive, claiming it doesn't include any protected national security functions. But Reuters reports that Treasury officials are treating this as a legal test case, one that could set a precedent for how AI export laws are enforced in the future. No official penalties have been issued yet, but sources told the Wall Street Journal that this could become the first landmark case deciding whether US-developed AI can be embedded in critical infrastructure of non-allied nations without needing US government sign-off. But this issue goes beyond technical definitions. At its core, this is a battle over where national security stops and commercial independence begins. So, if Musk's technology is causing such concern in Washington, why are some countries also starting to turn away from him? By June 2025, Musk's companies were quietly removed from two key U.S. government advisory panels. Tesla was cut from the Federal EV Infrastructure Forum, and xAI, Musk's AI venture, was dropped from the National AI Strategy Group. In both cases, they were replaced by companies like Amazon, Microsoft, and Anthropic. A senior White House official told the Financial Times that the move wasn't personal, but driven by what they called ongoing alignment issues due to Musk's unpredictable global partnerships, especially in sensitive areas like AI, energy grids, and satellite networks. The timing is critical. These removals came just after two bold moves from Musk. First, SpaceX refused to grant the Pentagon override access to Starlink's global system. Second, Tesla signed a massive EV charging infrastructure deal with Brazil without going through any US regulatory channels. In response, Musk posted a blunt message. If DC wants control, it can build its own infrastructure. We'll build where we're needed. That single statement sent a clear message. According to Bloomberg's top tech policy analysts, it marked a turning point, moving from friendly decoupling to full-on strategic sidelining. And while Washington is stepping away from Musk, some of America's closest allies are, growing more uneasy. They're asking, what happens if Musk's satellites can't be counted on during a crisis? By mid-2025, US allies like Germany, Japan, and Australia had each launched official reviews of how exposed they are to Starlink. Their shared concern that privately owned satellite systems may not follow government orders during a geopolitical or military emergency. Germany's Federal Network Agency began an investigation after Starlink reportedly declined to follow NATO contingency protocols. Japan's Ministry of Internal Affairs delayed nationwide Starlink approvals, citing unclear wartime command structures. And in Australia, defense briefings raised concerns over Musk's decision to cut Starlink coverage near conflict zones in Gaza and Crimea, moves made without allied input. And this isn't just theory. Today, Starlink provides critical communication, remote surveillance, and broadband for multiple high-risk military zones. One NATO advisor told Bloomberg Starlink is a new kind of strategic asset, one with no clear chain of command. Yet, despite the risks, no country has fully banned Starlink. Why? Because its performance is still unmatched, faster speeds, higher reliability, and lower cost than legacy systems. So if America's allies are this nervous, why is China doing the opposite, giving Musk even more space to expand? In a move that, honestly, surprised global energy analysts, China approved Tesla's expansion in May 2025. That included more Shanghai Gigafactory production and AI-driven fleet optimization software across the national market. The approval came just 2 weeks after the US imposed fresh tariffs on Chinese EVs. According to Bloomberg, Tesla has now secured land rights for new battery facilities and data localization exemptions, privileges that even major Chinese firms like BYD haven't managed to get. Even more surprisingly, officials in Anhui province confirmed that Tesla will co-lead a public-private EV research lab in Hefei, backed by state subsidies to offset US production losses. While other American firms are scaling back due to China's tech restrictions, Musk is expanding. In 2025, Tesla is the only major US tech firm, growing its footprint inside China's industrial core. Chinese regulators, it seems, treat Musk more like a business partner than a political threat. And as one Asia-Pacific trade analyst told the Financial Times, Beijing doesn't need to control Musk. It just needs to give him room to operate. So the real question now isn't whether Musk still relies on the US, it's whether the US can handle what comes next. So, who gets to shape the future? This isn't just about rules and regulations. It's a global custody battle over the most influential technologist on Earth, and the systems he controls. By mid-2025, Musk wasn't just stepping back from US policy. He was building new systems to bypass it. Tesla's AI helps power China's grid. Starlink runs in India, Brazil, and South Africa, well beyond Pentagon oversight. 40% of SpaceX launches now serve foreign clients. xAI trains its models using UAE-based data centers. Meanwhile, Washington is scrambling to rebuild alliances, replace Musk's influence in critical forms, and investigate the very tech it once celebrated. Not because Musk betrayed the US, but because, as he said, America became a place where innovation gets punished. So here's the big question. Did the US just lose the one technologist it couldn't afford to lose? Or has Musk created a new model that other countries and CEOs will soon copy? Let us know what you think in the comments. And if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.